So, anyways, Commissioner Hall, you're up next.
All right. Thank you, Martin, and thank you for everybody who has been a participant in Spectator. You know, this is a great communal gathering, I think. And when Martin first invited me to be part of this, it got me remembering back 50 years. And if you want to do the math, I'll tell you, I remember that first Earth Day. I was 10 years old at the time, and certainly it registered on my radar screen. But the thing that year that really burned itself, I think, into my mind and stuck with me was the man who really gave voice to the environmental movement in Oregon, and that's Tom McCall. And a lot of people may know, some may not, that before he went into political office, he was a career journalist. And in 1962, and just think about this, that was the same year that Silent Spring was published. 1962, Tom McCall put together a documentary for KGW-TV in Portland called Pollution in Paradise. And even though it is dated in a lot of aspects, I really would encourage anybody with an interest in the history of Oregon and the environmental movement to look it up through YouTube. You know, a few years ago, it was shown as part of an environmental film festival in Portland. And I loved what Willamette Week said. The night that Pollution in Paradise aired was the night that modern Oregon was born. You know, again, when I look back to the turn of the decade, 1970, there was so much progress and hope in Oregon and nationally. You know, nationally, the big measures that passed were creation of the EPA, the Endangered Species Act, but you know, there were a lot of other progressive, good measures that came along. I think it was a year or two later that the Coastal Zone Management Act was adopted and really, you know, set the whole national framework for an enlightened environmental policy. And Oregon in those days was really in the lead on so many things. The passing of the beach bill, you know, the very first bottle bill in the country, and I think something like 9 other states have followed suit with that. It's a shame it never went national. We were the very first state to dedicate a portion of the gas tax to hiking and biking trails. We enacted the first comprehensive land use planning system statewide. So I think the question maybe in your mind, certainly in my mind, is what the hell happened? You know, I think it's pretty clear that it was the big money interests taking control through their hired guns, the lobbyists. But, you know, I am an optimist by nature, and I really think that this pandemic is a tipping point. And here in Lincoln County, I think we are in the front, you know, we have the opportunity to really be in the front lines of evolution toward a saner and safer and healthier world for all of us. We're already a leading center of ocean science. We're in a place that is absolutely ideal for research and development of clean, renewable energy sources. And thanks to the work of my colleague, Commissioner Jacobson, and other folks, we're soon going to have the very first grid-connected ocean test site in the country for ocean energy devices. So, you know, despite all the gloomy news at the present. I am an incurable optimist about the future because I think the people of Lincoln County are really resourced and resilient. They cherish this beautiful place that we call home. You know, Robert Kennedy liked to quote Tennyson, and I'll close with those words. Come, my friends, it's not too late to seek a newer world. Thank you.
Oh, hi, Claire. Yeah, thanks, Claire. I had to unmute myself.
Okay.
And so, anyways, yeah, great words.